think it's extremely helpful. It alleviates their stress a great deal. It also, it's part of it is the work in coaching is mapping out their scene properly and making sure they have really strong choices that connect, make sure that their character is alive and sparkles in the room. But then it's also an objective eye that helps stage what they're doing naturally, so then in the room they're even more engaging than they would normally be. And preparation, it's, you don't build a house without a plan. So I think it's part of the job. Actors who fall in the gray area, not bad actors at all. They're actually really great. They actually satisfy the scene. But you also need to know that if you're working on a big studio film or if it's a pilot or series, there are hundreds who are satisfying the scene. So what sets you apart? What are the choices that you make? How do you streamline that to make it larger, bolder, bigger, but still not out in the stratosphere? Okay, so a lot of what I respond to in the room is someone who's natural, makes a strong choice, and what I mean by strong choice is taking what that character needs to do, taking what you're listening to from the other characters, including your environment, and making it really sparkle. So it's something that's really challenging to talk about in a sense, but when you see it, it's very, it absolutely reverbs in the room and everybody really responds to it. The one thing actors do leave out, I find a lot, is environment. Because you're in a white room with stark lighting and you're being asked to read a scene where you've got a gun to somebody's head and you're in a church. So how are you going to talk to that person in a church? It's going to be different than if you're going to talk with them on a subway. So things like that, if you can bring that into the audition and make the people feel that you are actually physically there and you're taking them with you, that's what's going to take you to the next level. Social media, it is a great, great source and resource for everybody to reach out and get information and to make connections, definitely. For me, the best way to reach out to me is through my website. For other people, if there's a Facebook connection, possibly send an email through that. Nothing overt, nothing that's disrespectful, and you want to keep it positive. Sometimes on Twitter, there's ways to follow people or reach out to people that way. But the bottom line is you don't want to be respectful. Please and thank you is always the way to go. And yeah. People talk about training and taking classes and what's the best class to take, what's the best workshop to take. These are my thoughts on this. If you know who you are today, which you should, and if you don't, that's what you need to explore first. If you know that you are a sketch comedy god, and this is what you do, and you love this, and then you need to look at who's casting the sitcoms, and who's casting, all the interesting cable shows. And that's what you gear your paperwork toward, your mailings to say, your contact information. If you want to do a workshop, then you gear those workshops toward that. The same thing, if you do procedural, that's your thing, you're in a suit, you are that person, you want to gear it in that direction. This is how you market yourself. This is the way you brand yourself. And it also narrows the field for you. So it doesn't feel like it's a big community that you're so outside of. You're not. It's actually a small community, and you pick your 5 or 10 or 15 people who will be part of your village, and you investigate and invest in them. And then over time, you will start auditioning for them and building your resume with that. Any actors who are interested in either audition coaching or career coaching with me, I am available, and you can find me through packagingyourtalents.com. That's packagingyourtalents.com.